Absolutely. It's one thing to be a child diagnosed with cancer. It's another thing to be in a world where there is a pandemic. When you put the two together, a family with a child with cancer in a world where they're surrounded by a pandemic, it's horrendous. It is absolutely horrendous. A family with a child that doesn't have cancer already is scared and is stressed. And then when they're worried, will my child get the care they need? Will they be able to even act or be a child again when they're confined to home and wondering, what did I do? Did I cause this? Why do I have cancer and why can't I see my friends? All of a sudden, never before has Camp TAKUMTA been such an important part in their lives and in our lives. I always say that the mind and body work together, and I'm so proud of the team at the University of Vermont Children's Hospital that diagnoses, treats, and surrounds these families with hugs and just everything we can do. But you know what? Kids need to be kids. And despite the incredible child life programs we have, they need to be able to laugh, pull pranks, and say, I can do this. And Camp TAKUMTA is not just about a week in the summer. It's all year. It's like a vaccine that keeps on giving. It's an important time to talk about vaccines, huh? But it is like a vaccine that keeps on giving all year. Camp TAKUMTA is in these kids, in these families. It's in all of us at the hospital, and it's in your listeners, John. I know it's there. And if ever you want to make a difference and feel inspired, then this is the moment to be there so Camp TAKUMTA can be there for every child that needs it. And this year, what I really thought was special, camp itself didn't run in July, but it did run in July. And the dollars that were given last year not only allowed that camp to maintain itself, make sure it's ready for every moment. As soon as we get these vaccines in and we get back to normalcy, we want to make sure that the camp has it, that the bunks are ready and everything is ready. But at the same time, boxes arrived, gifts arrived. Things occurred magically throughout the entire year for these children that would never have been there if your listeners had not done what they did last year and now must do what they need to do this year to allow Camp TAKUMTA to be into any family that needs it here in the North Country, in Vermont, upstate New York, and a region around New England that needs a kid for kids with cancer.
863-1051 or toll free 1-800-501-9565. You can donate online safely and securely at WKOL.com. We're talking to Dr. Lewis First from the University of Vermont Children's Hospital. You know, we've been hearing over the last year a lot of folks have been avoiding their wellness visits to their doctors, their that kind of thing. I imagine, pandemic or no, you're still seeing kids come in who are getting diagnosed for the first time. Is that continuing to happen through all of this?
We are there 24/7, 7 days a week to provide the highest quality, child-friendly, family-centered care, which is why the partnership with TAKUMTA is so important. Child-friendly. When I can tell a family about Camp TAKUMTA as they hear the word cancer, it's not the first day, but as they're starting to sort of settle in and they're ready to listen, to say, now that we've got this, is there anything we can do to bring some normalcy in our lives? And that's when we say, Camp TAKUMTA. And they go, what? And then we talk about it. And so in the same way that our children's hospital has been there for new kids diagnosed with cancer, and sadly, you never know who it's going to be. We have not let a pandemic. We have not let a cyber attack. We have not let any of the adventures we've had at our children's hospital stop us from being there for these children and families. But part of what keeps us going is knowing that it's the partnership with Camp TAKUMTA that allows us to really put a smile on children's faces. You know, I say smile and cancer together in the same sentence. That would not be possible. I mean, we do try real hard, and we can put smiles on kids' faces. But the smile you get when you say Camp TAKUMTA and the look in a child's eyes once they get what this is an investment for life. Well, it's a team effort, John, and just as it is a camp, that it's not about me, it's about the kids. And it's not that I'm the doctor and you're not. This is really about surrounding a child and family. And I really want to put out family. The idea of our children's hospital is there not just for the child, but for everyone that is connected to that child, and they're part of our team. We have families integrated into everything that we do at our children's hospital in the same way that Camp TAKUMTA is really a camp from and of our community, and it's about the entire family. I love the fact that camp has grown to take care of parents, siblings, grandparents. I'm waiting for the pet weekend, but I'm sure it's imminent. But even pet, all of this is so important to making a family feel like a family. We always talk about a child with cancer feeling like a kid again. Let's make a family feel like a family again, particularly in the world we're currently living in. And Camp TAKUMTA has the same philosophy as our children's hospital. It's not about I'm a counselor and you're not. It's about that child, that family, and how that child and family can survive and thrive in a community. And Camp TAKUMTA is a community that just brings the family of campers together and then thinks about the families that these kids are going to go back to. And the kids come home. They may be scared about going to camp that first time. I was scared about coming to Camp TAKUMTA the first time I was invited, saying, what's it going to be like?
Right.
When I hear those stories, I think about my first trip in. What will they say to me? Oh my gosh, it's the doctor. I will never forget my first visit. I will never forget any visit that I am honored to even be invited to join that family at the times that they say, will you come out and be a part of us? Be a part of us. Think about that, John. It's not, stand 6 feet away because you're the doctor at the children's hospital, and to chase me around the room, to coax me up a large, on the high ropes and take my first zip line with the kids at the bottom cheering me on. You tell me that doesn't make me feel even better about what we try to do each and every day at our children's hospital. That's what I mean. This camp touches people in ways that I think our listeners can't even imagine. And while you may not be able to see camp, what you're doing is allowing your listeners to hear it and experience it and understand what you're hearing may be phenomenal, but for these kids, it's even better. And that's thanks to what your listeners are doing and what we can do to get these kids to camp and have our team there to make sure the medical care is part of it, but doesn't get in the way of the fun. And that's what this is about.
I am not going to let you go until you tell us a joke, a riddle.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting because I told the kids at our children's hospital I was coming on the air for the TAKUMTA THON.
Yep.
And I said, what can I tell them this year? And they said, you got to tell them a holiday knock-knock joke.
Okay.
So, knock-knock, John.
Who's there?
Abby and Wanda.
Abby and Wanda who?
Happy holidays, and wanted to thank all the KOOL 105 listeners for helping to send not just a kid, but many kids, all kids, to Camp TAKUMTA. Happy holidays to you, Mark, to you, John, to all of the KOOL 105 listeners, to everybody who's volunteering, and most of all, to all the campers and everyone that makes the magic of TAKUMTA such a special and essential part of our community. Here's to all of you.
And thank you so much. Every year, you're the best, and thank you for everything that you do, because this community would not be the community it is or as healthy as it is without people like you. Thank you so much.
Right, and I have the clapper. I'm trying to get the clap on, clap off. Yeah, I'm trying to get my lights on, but that's the beauty of radio. You don't have to know I'm in the dark. I'm always in the dark.
Yeah.
But this is for you guys. And thanks again for all you're doing to make a difference at Camp TAKUMTA.
Dr. Lewis First from the University of Vermont Children's Hospital, 863-1051, or toll free from Vermont, New York, 1-800-501-9565. Online, it's WKOL.com.